This is RV Davey. Hey, I know I haven't been on. I took a few days off. Sometimes you just need some days off, in between doing a video. But hey, I wanted to kind of show you something here. It's just something I totally forgot about. But I was. Hold on a second here. It says transmission unstable. But anyway, this right here is called it's called a Stanley. It says since 1913, actually. Looking at it. Hold on, let me zoom. Let me focus in a little bit. See? Yeah, I thought I drowned in that sludge too. Like I said, I took a few days off. It's just one of those things. I had to get situated here. I'm in an RV park right now, and I feel kind of comfortable here now a little bit. It's kind of noisy here, but what can you expect when you're in the middle of a big city such as Phoenix, Arizona? You emailed me? What'd you email me? I was doing a video on this stand sport. Yeah, it's a Stanley, actually. It's a Stanley. It's what it is. I'll show you in more distinct detail. But anyway, you make coffee in this, and I'll show you. I want to see just how you make you make an excellent cup of coffee in this. Jody Portwood, hey, hello, how's it going? How are you doing today? Jasmine Star, how are you doing here? Yeah. Because I needed some time just to kind of hang out, rest a little bit, and kind of get my mind together a little bit. How's the transmission? But anyway, this cup, I made an outstanding cup of coffee in this Stanley container. And you got a fill line. I'm trying to see that fill line right there? You fill that up. What you do is you make hot water. You don't boil it, you just get it hot. And you don't need to boil it. It's not necessary. But if you want to, you can. But let me kind of hit that screen here so I can focus in a little bit better. But yeah, what you do is you fill that line with warm, hot, or, hot water. Just whatever. And then, and what you do, you take your regular coffee, whether it's Starbucks or, in my case, I have Dunkin' Donuts coffee. But anyway, you take 3 teaspoons of that coffee and you put it in at the bottom of this jar. But first, like I said, you fill up the water line, and then you put it in a pan. You warm up the water in the pan, and then you put the coffee at the bottom of this. And let me kind of show you. It's kind of hard, but yeah, you got this container here. This comes out of the look. See how you got that right there? See what you do, and I'll show you. Here's the inside of the cup, right? So you put your coffee down there, and then what you do is you fill when your water's warm, you pour it into this, and then you let it sit for a couple minutes. You don't really have to let it sit for a couple minutes, but you can. But anyway, and then you take this container, which is really I'll show you the inside of this too. But yeah, there's the inside, right? And then there's your outside. And then what you're going to do is once you get that water in there, you simply take this container and you just push it down into the cup. And that's all you do. And then you put your favorite whatever, if you want sugar or if you want sweetener substitute, whatever you want. If you want cream, if you don't, if you want flavored cream, you can put whatever you want in there. But that's all you do, folks. And then you put your lid on, like this. And, and you're good. You got yourself an outstanding cup of coffee, better than you get at Starbucks, better than you get at any of these other places. I'm just going to tell you that. And if you want, you could put your soup in here too. You could put warm, hot food in here too as well. But you just have to clean it out really good. That's all. And then you get your favorite rags or, cleaners or however your wipes, handy wipes, you know, wet wipes. I use those. That's what I use in here because that's best for me. Because you know I got some problems in the back section, so I use those, and I don't have problems when I use those wipey rags, I should say. But anyway, I don't want to get in fine detail into that. But I'll tell you what, this makes an outstanding cup of coffee. I just made a cup, and it's been a long time since I've made a cup of coffee in this. And I don't drink much coffee. I drink one cup every couple weeks or whatever. But this was outstanding. The taste of it was just outrageously good. So you hear Anderson stealing Melton content. Watch out, RV Davey. You could be next. You know, lots of people. You know, I've had D-Dub steal my material. He copied me in so many different ways. I was just. You know, that's why he watched me. So he watched me for a long time, and then he decided, hey, I'm gonna do this too. I'm gonna do these live streams just like RV Davey does, and whatever. You know, he's never gonna be as good as me. Okay, he's not. For one, he's down in Mexico, and I'm in a nice park here. Actually, this is a pretty nice RV park. Actually, it's pretty pricey. You know, $650 a month, but you know what? It's I can get my propane delivered here. I had a guy come out yesterday morning before I went to my doctor's appointment, filled up the tank. So I got full it's comfortability, man, because now you got all the, you always have, and if you want pizza delivered here, you can get that. You want food delivered here, it's easy because now you got an address. You want stuff mailed here, it's that simple. You just have your stuff mailed here to your mailbox number. And that's what you do, and it works really well, but, and this will work until I need to go up north. And here's what I found. I got an update on the RV. We took out the main computer, and Chris took a look at it, because he's an electronic guy, and he said a lot of diodes were burnt out in it. So a lot of the solder connections were burnt out and wiped out on it. So that was a big issue, So anyway, he's going to try. He's soldering the connections back, and he put some new diodes in, and we're gonna try it, and we're gonna put it in and see how well it works. I know he disconnected my hand controls, because I checked. You always got to check that, because if I didn't check once, and when I went to drive this damn thing, all the hand controls connected to the gas pedal and to the brake came off, and the brake one came off, and it got clustered with the gas pedal, and I almost rear-ended somebody up in Flagstaff. So bad deal. Somebody's getting some Amazon delivered. I don't think it wasn't me, because I don't have active Amazon account. I would normally, but I don't now, because of the fact that my stupid passcode won't work and I can't get it to work. So even if I try a new one, I had a car with a bad wire harness. It took for and he checked. Okay, Chris checked the coil. He went ahead and started checking everything on this thing, and he couldn't find the coil was good. So because I had one spark plug wire burn, and it was burnt. I mean, literally was just down to powder. I was just amazed at what I saw. I don't know what caused that, but we're trying to figure out why that happened too. Why did that happen? Good question. I don't know. But anyway, so we want to get that figured out too. I think a lot of it has to do with the damn not the wires, but not the spark plugs, but because those are all good. Chris checked every one of those, and we just went ahead and we checked a lot of things on this thing, and it just turns out to be that it just leans towards to the main computer, and I think the mass airflow sensor could be a problem too. I'm thinking, but I'll tell you what, if the main computer is not sending the right anything to anything, then guess what? You're gonna have some problems with everything that operates out of this thing, whether it's the way the thing runs or just or or the airflow that goes to the amount of gas that's being sent to your through and in through your converter too, your calisthenic converter, your cat. That creates an issue too. So, and so that's just something to look and check and look into versus some other things too, But yeah, we've just been looking at everything on this thing. But yeah, and then let's see, how's the heel? Yeah, I went to, okay, there's the other update. I went to the doctor yesterday. We wrapped up the foot. We took both bandages off. Basically, it's my right heel. It's healing up. It's down to less than a quarter size now. It's between a quarter inch and an inch. It's about 3/4 of an inch in diameter circle is what needs to close up on it. And once that gets closed up, and give that heel a chance, the skin a chance to thicken up a little bit, I'll be back to business here. The only thing I wish I could do, hey host, I'm here from, oh, you're here from James Guy. Well, welcome to the channel, guy. Welcome everybody, actually. I haven't been reading the little transcripts here, but, this beard's really coming in really thick now. It's, it's just too hard taking care of a beard. It's just too much. Okay, Chris has just texted me. He'll be over in a couple hours. Okay. So, yeah, evidently he's worked on that computer, and he's going to be coming over to hook that up and giving it a shot and seeing how it does. We'll start it up, and yeah, he's still got to weld, which he could do here. He could weld the pipe underneath, because he took the cat off because we wanted to see if the cat was clogged up, if there's any damage to that, and it appears that it's okay. So it's all right. Davey, a 2,000K house in Southeast Valley is that the new norm? You know what? Houses, you know what? I'm going to tell you, my property up in northern Arizona is more than quadrupled in price since I paid for it, 2 years ago. It's quadrupled. It's 3 times, if not 4 times, more than what I paid for it. So that's just for a piece of land, But it's a nice piece of land. That's the thing. It's a beautiful piece of land. But yeah, it needs a little bit more work done to it. Some little grading. The road needs a little bit of work to it. But the rig is the main computer is the issue with it. It's got burned out diodes in it, and Chris has actually gone, taken it apart, and took all the electronics and gone through the whole thing and welded it, or not welded it, but soldered the connections back with new diodes and connections, and solder connections that were burnt out. He's gone back in there and taken care of those. So yeah, it's a good thing he could drive all the way throughout the state. He actually did. He actually came all the way from Phoenix of Arizona, which is where I'm at now currently, and drove all the way to Lake Havasu City to fix me up. So, can you just replace the whole computer? You can't get the computer. That's the problem. I could not locate a computer, and the one that they had wasn't the right one. The numbers didn't match, so that was a bummer. So, bad deal there. So, but anyway, maybe, there's a way to find one, but we haven't located one. Let's put it that way. And like I said, the one that we did get, it was the incorrect one. So we're just going to fix the one we got. And if that doesn't work, then I guess I go to the dealership. And the dealership is about $258. So for one of theirs. So, but we're going to try this. We're going to try this and see if this works. I think the mass airflow sensor, which is about $70, I think I should put one of those on. I think that'll make a difference too. Because that's your air mixtures, fuel and air. That's what that unit does. It actually sends the proper air fixtures through the exhaust system. I have a little bit of a munched exhaust system underneath too. When I landed on that rock, I munched in a section, so we're going to have to heat that pipe up and then open it up. In other words, the part that's munched down, if we heat it up, we can kind of we can kind of munch on it a little bit where the munch section is and kind of push down and see if we can get that open back up again. It's either that or you cut it off, add another piece of pipe to it and weld all the way around it. That's the other way around that, but we'll see. I think it's going to be important to get to that too and fix that. But life, and just like living at a house, you always got to fix something, right? Or something's always going to break, whether it's the kitchen sink counter or it's the faucet in the bathroom, the faucet, whatever. Something's going to always give out, your plumbing on the outside coming into the house is going to be an issue eventually. That's why you want PVC, ABS, just like, when I get up, I'm trying to get situated so I can get up north again, and get up there. Still too cold yet. Still too cold. What are we? We're about in February. So about the end of March, I'd like to be able to go up to Cottonwood, Arizona, and then make a camp around there. I know lots of places to camp around there. I can camp within the city there, and I know the places to go there too. I don't want to tell everybody these spots just because I have my secret spots, and I don't want other people to be going in the spots that I'm at because I don't want to blow it for myself, So, there's a couple restaurants that I can camp at in their parking lot. I can tell you that much. Within the city limits, and they don't care. There's a couple bars too. One of them's too small, but I don't know. I never really talked to the bar owners, but I might want to, just because I think that would be a good option to, I can go and hang out in their back parking lot. But, cops love to hang out and come into these spots, just because they think you've been drinking because you're in a bar, you're drunk or something, you're hanging out in your vehicle drunk, and, they don't allow for that. So I don't know. But when it comes down to owner of a bar, restaurant, whatever, I think you should be fine, as long as, whatever. Build a commune, save me from. I'm not too worried about aliens. I'm not, I know they exist, but I'm not concerned because I don't believe they're out to hurt us in any way, shape, or form. I think they're from another universe. They come here and they transverse and they come here and they're just checking things out. Maybe they put us here and they're just checking our progress. Who knows? Could be many of things, why they're coming here, and but there's not just one particular group. It could be many and many and many more. But nobody here in this world will know that. They don't communicate with us that I know of. Maybe they do. Who knows? But I'm not going to get into that subject. That's a subject that could go on for thousands of years. So remember when you seen the that's what I'm saying. That was 1973, guys. Think about that. 1973. How many more have come here since? I don't know. I have no clue. But there could be many and many more of them coming here, and we have no idea where they're coming from. And our government's not going to say nothing. Of course they're not. Our government lies to us. I don't care if you're a Republican or Democrat or independent or otherwise. Your government system lies to you, lies to us. They don't tell you the truth. They don't want us to know anything, okay? The Republicans want to make you think, oh, we're the better party. The Democrats, same way. But neither one of them really can give a damn about of any of us, really. I believe that. They need all the masses of us to pay for them. I mean, put it this way. I'm getting the Trump administration begging for money out of my pocket right now. They want me to join their multimedia centers so I could send them money on a regular basis. They want control of my wallet. That's what they do. I don't care if it's Democrat, Republican, or otherwise. They're out to get us. Remember that. They're out to get us all. And just remember that. And Uninspirational Nomad. Good afternoon. Welcome to the channel. Welcome, Jeffrey Lebowski, the race car driver. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I'm not into, I don't get in, I don't want to get into big into politics myself because I'm not a politician. Never been, never will be, never care to be. But you know what? I just know that we're in trouble as a human being source around the world. We're being attacked by a system that's trying to overtake every government system. Now you're looking at Europe right now. Europe could be potentially there could be a European war going on between Ukraine because of the Russians trying to invade Ukraine. That could be an issue. They're setting up. They're getting prepared for all out war, I guess. And what are we going to do? Are we just going to butt ourselves into this, or are we just going to let them fight it out? Russia wants Ukraine. Russia wants Ukraine. That's what they do. They're going to try to get it. They used to be. See, Russia wants, they're not going to be satisfied with just the Ukraine. They're going to try to get more. Because basically Russia is just trying to become what they used to be. Part of, remember the Soviet Union, the communistic party. I just think that's what's kind of going on. But who knows? Who really knows? We can't procrastinate or this or that. We just got to leave it, let it go, let it play its course, because it's none of our business, really. It's two different countries. If Russia's going to overtake it, it's going to take it. There's no stopping it. And then all these little independent countries, they all have nuclear weapons, because remember, Russia used to have all these little countries in amongst themselves and as a Soviet Union. And so now everybody thought it'd be a danger to the rest of the world because of all these nuclear weapons being pointed at the United States of America, if not all of North and South America. But who knows? Time will tell, right? Do we really know anything? I want to get out of this politics little scheme here, what I'm talking about, because I just don't like talking about it. It just irritates me to no end. So, I've been watching the news, and I think the best thing you could do is not watch the news. Don't watch the news. Don't even. But then again, you don't. The only thing I like to know about is the weather. The weather is important for me. But anyway. So here we are. We're in a RV park, and I could set up a barbecue, or I could set my chair up. I could sit outside. No, I'm not dead. I don't know who tells you I'm dead. I'm still. Do I look like I'm dying? I think I'm doing pretty well here, actually. Do I sound like I'm dying? Do I look like I'm dying? You see me physically right on screen, right? I'm doing just fine. Do you regret supporting Joe Biden? Do I regret? I don't regret anything I do. I'm an independent. You got to remember, I'm independent. I don't, but the thing is, I think, then again, here we go. We're going back into politics again. I don't want to talk about it. It just doesn't make sense to me. So I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to get into it. Let's see, but I do want to get up to northern Arizona. I want to get up to Cottonwood, because I really like that place. Just to hang out there for a month, They know who I am up there. I'm a musician. They know me as a good singer, so I like to bring my singing talent up there, Harvey Davey can sing. He's known to be able to sing. I'm out of practice, too. It's been a while since... there's lots of places around here. I just can't... I could get to them with a lift, but I don't know. It's just too expensive. It costs you $20 everywhere you go. So we got Jasmine still in here, Bowl of Sunshine. We got Katie Hoke. Let's see, we're just wondering how you were doing in Magical's last live stream. We were worried about it. Magical, I haven't been in her stream. I haven't been there. I haven't gone in. I really just been staying out of YouTube for a little bit. Just taking a break, The only thing I've done is watched a couple I think I go into Chandler's Wildlife. I like watching that because he's building a zoo on his property. He's a professional snake handler. He handles He's got Justina, it's a king cobra, female, and he's got Kevin, the king cobra. So, and one of his, and he's a cobra expert. He's an expert in all of professional, handling snakes. He's the best. You got Tyler Nolan too. He's another professional snake handler. I like watching him too. But my favorite is Chandler Wildlife. Because he's 23 years old, and he's great. It's amazing how this guy can handle these cobra snakes. Cobra snakes are kind of a little bit more laid back. It's not like you're handling, let's say, a black mamba. Black mamba is a crazy wild snake, and it can climb up, 6 feet up in the air, and it can strike you right in mid-air and just nail you. And then what do you got? Then you're looking at yourself, and you got what, 15, 20 minutes to you're dead. And then you got to take, so you always got to have a protocol to give yourself an anti-venom, body withstands it. In other words, it can hold you off so you don't die. In other words, that anti-venom could kick in and get, because you don't want all that anti-venom, all that venom going into your bloodstream. Now, you could drink the venom from a cobra snake. You could suck it down, but make sure you don't have any holes or cuts in your mouth. Don't burn your lips with coffee or food, because that could get into your bloodstream and it could kill you. Just like any other, just like the actual snake actually bit you, but it didn't, so you gotta look at all that too. West Coast earthquake update. Earthquakes is earthquake activity in the West Coast up in the LA area. So there's some earthquake activity, about 4-point-something earthquakes going on there, which ain't much. I've been in a 4.8 earthquake in Phoenix, Arizona, or Scottsdale, Arizona, actually. And it shook the house a little bit, just a little bit, not much. Moves your glasses, your dishes a little bit, but it doesn't do any major damage. It doesn't really crack anything. It sloshed the pool water back and forth. That's what it did. So do you have full hookups at this? Yeah, I have full hookups. That I do. I've got, I'm plugged in electricity right now. I've got the sewer line attached. So basically, some guy came in there, because I never hooked up to, this is the first time ever. I've never, ever used full hookups anywhere I've ever been. So, let's see. So, what I did is I took my 10-foot, sewer hose. It's got the piece that goes down and kind of angles on a 90 and then goes into the sewer line. So, what I did is I hooked up that 10-foot. I'm like right on it. I mean, seriously, my line is perfectly lined up. And I didn't do that. The guy just backed it in. It just turned out to be perfect. I mean, the line is like, I literally could have a foot of line, maybe a foot and a half, and it would hook up just right, straight, dead even, dead center, with the line coming off the RV and then going into the sewer line, into the ground. So, but yeah, I mean, and what you do is you leave the line shut off. And then when just as you normally would, when you fill it up, you pull your wand. In my case, I got like a little handle. I pull it out I only have to pull it about an inch, or an inch and a half, and the whole line so it'll just drain right into just like you normally would when you go to a dump station. But that's how you do it. Some guy came in and showed me the ropes, but yeah. And then I got 2 water lines to turn on. In other words, I could hook up 2 hoses. I could actually run 1 hose to fill this thing up, and another one to come into the vehicle. But I do have a leak. I need to replace a gasket in there. The guy showed me what gasket needs to be replaced, and I've never dealt with that because I've never ever hooked it up, so I never had to attach a hose to it. But yeah, I mean, I could do that, and so I learned a few things, in regards to hooking up in a full park like I am right now. But I'm in North Phoenix, right next to the train station. There's called a light rail. I'm right next to it. Anyway, it gets kind of noisy. This thing only runs till 2 o'clock in the morning and shuts down. and then all the trains all the way they all go all the way the other. They head eastbound. They go all the way to the other part, east end of the valley, and then they go to their main station where they just drop off, and then like 2 o'clock in the morning they start up, and then they make their way up to this end of town. But this is all going to hook up eventually to where Metro Center used to be. What it used to be called a shopping mall. They've been munching it down. I think it's all probably gone now. But yeah, it's just going to become one big train station. I know it may even become, maybe, I don't know. I don't know if the tram station, they're going to put a tram station somewhere too. Because Phoenix actually doesn't have, RV Joey's posting. Q&A. RV Joey. Remember RV Joey? Man, she don't post much. So I didn't even think she was alive anymore, because she doesn't even do much. I'd say hello, everyone. Davey, did you go on vacation? Yeah, I went on. No, I just took a break. Took a break, and I needed some time. So here I am. I'm back. Chris is going to be coming over. He's going to bring the main computer, and we're going to try to hook that up. And it's better to do it now because I could go to sleep at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. I think I went to bed about 10 last night. But what did I watch? I was watching TV for a little bit, and I just I was watching Chopped. The show called Chopped. And all these cooks, and they make whatever. They give them a certain amount of food, different kinds, whatever it may be, and then each chef has to make whatever, create whatever they want, amongst themselves, and then the worst cook, the 3 or 4 or whatever, then the judges taste the food, and then they decide who's going to get chopped. They put the food plate, and then they lift the pan lid, and that determines who's chopped. So I like that show. Let's see. Yeah, we're alive, Ken. We're still here. Ken's Backroad Travels. Yeah, we are still alive. I haven't died. I gotta make sure I keep my sugar level. Matter of fact, I haven't checked it yet. I haven't had no food today, so as long as I'm not eating it. I did have spaghetti yesterday. I cooked spaghetti, and it was enough to last me like 4 days worth. And so I put that in a Ziploc bag, and then I put it in the refrigerator, and it held up good. And I have these individual bowls, and since I'm hooked up to electricity, I warm it up, and that's it. I'm good to go. I put some Parmesan on it, because I like Parmesan, for the spaghetti, and that's just what I do. I think I have a few cans of spaghetti, but I'm running low on supplies. So, and I can't go nowhere, so I'm kind of stuck. But yeah, what I want to do is get this thing running correctly, and now I think the computer has a lot to do with why these gaskets keep blowing out too. But yeah, I think if you get Chris tapped some new bolts, some bigger size, into the exhaust manifold gaskets, and that keeps things from warping. I watched a video on a guy that was actually talking about this style motor. There's some improvements that can be made to the exhaust manifold, which will enable it to cool properly, or cool better than it normally does, and that most likely could potentially prevent it from overheating. In other words, in between driving, it's got better cooling system, or I don't know. I'll have to look into that. It was a poor design on Ford's part. They would have put some better bolts and stuff in there that I think it might have come out a little bit better, but who knows. Basically, Chris has a full-time job. It not really. It's just, you got to remember that the main computer in here is the same one that's been here since 1995. It's never been, messed with. So just think of it. It lasted, what, how many years now? 95 till now. So that's not, how many computers go bad in a vehicle, Maybe they last a lifetime, or at least until they go to the junkyard, But, I wouldn't mind having a regular van, like a high-top van or something. Just a normal size, just something that's got regular tires and rims and something that's basic, a little bit more simpler, setup or something, that could, go up the road a little easier than, let's say, an RV, And then with the regular van, just think, man, you can pull in the parking lots easier than, other methods, You go in with an RV, they know what you're doing. So if you go in with the regular van, maybe they don't know. But you go in some of these places, out Walmart, they close at 11. So they see a car in the parking lot, then they know, hey, they shouldn't be here. So good to see. Yeah, we're doing okay. We're doing fine. But my doctor's appointment went good. I'm healing up. And, after all this healing, it's been going on for what, 2.5, 3 years now? The undersides of my knees, they're just about completely, utterly healed up. There's just scabs there's like little slight amount of scabs underneath where they took forever to heal up. That was the biggest issue. Is it that to deal with that versus cutting my legs off? I just couldn't comprehend. There's, if with drop foot, there is just no way, So. But yeah, with the least I got, let's see, Davey, have you considered moving into a van like the blue van Dan got? Not his, that's just too small. And that one's too old, now he's got the 40-foot van. I mean, he's got the 40-foot bus. He doesn't do too many videos these days, I don't know how he's probably on Social Security. He probably doesn't worry, and he's probably got a few bucks in his pocket from selling his property in California. He's probably still got what, 80,000. What did he spend? He spent for the schoolie bus. So what did he spend? About 3,500, $4,000 for that. So yeah, so he's still got a few bucks in his pocket. So yeah, I don't see him, and he's got his girlfriend. She's got an RV similar to this style, So, and she basically, I don't know, maybe she should sell her rig and she should move in with him, But who knows? Maybe that wouldn't work out, you never know. Let's just say it doesn't work out. Then you got to go buy something, to go live out of. And what a pain. With a lady like that, she needs everything done already. She needs a nice bathroom in there with a toilet, a way to dump the tank, and then you could do this. You could put a composting toilet in. There's another thing you could do. I've thought about it, the composting method, but I'm not so sure about it. And if I did do it, to build a box would be a better option. And then what you have to do is make a wand that kind of goes into the bucket so you could turn it. So that way, when you put your material in there, you can mix it. So that way, and then you got to separate it, right? So what you need is a pea separator. So you put one of those, and then what you do is you run a hose out the vehicle. So just let it drain out naturally, right? Just do that. And then that way you don't ever have to worry about taking a gallon of that, whatever it is, and dumping it somewhere. Just let it drain out. You never have to think about it. The only thing you have to do is, I just like just a regular plain 5-gallon bucket that goes inside the crate that you build. And then, and put your peat moss or whatever you decide to use and put that in there. Keep a 40-pound bag or whatever in your rig and put it in your shower and do that, So I got Joni Portwood in here. So it'd be nice to have Joni joining in, I like to have some people come in and join up with me, and camping somewhere. I'd tell you what. Let's see. My sister-in-law died because she ate all she wanted, gained a ton of weight, didn't manage sugars, got bad sores, had kidney failure, infections. See, I never had to have anything amputated because I watch my sugar, Katie. I watch my sugar every single day. Every single day. But, and by doing that, so keep your sugar between 100 and 140. I'd say between 100 and 150, and you'll be fine. That way you protect your eyes too. You don't want to go blind. I think, I tend to eat like one meal a day. I do consume a little bread, not much, because bread is something that will irritate you and your feet. When since I have diabetes, I got neuropathy. The neuropathy, I get the pins and needles effect if things are a little bit out of control. But I always have the pins and needles effect. It doesn't matter, just basically I got to take the gabapentin and take it 3 times a day. Just remember that, I'm running kind of low on water in here, so. But I do have 2 gallons. I got 2 gallon jugs in here, and I got the water faucet, and I got my handrail that I could walk outside with, and could turn on the water and fill these jugs up. And then, let's say if I want to make spaghetti or some type of pasta, I got the water for it. I don't need perfect water. When you boil the water, it actually cleans the water better than, per se, let's just say if you otherwise. See, we're at the Phoenix Metro RV Park. I'm familiar with. Yeah, I'm close to Metro Center. Very close to Metro. But there is no more Metro Center. As you know, they bulldozed all the shopping malls out. The only one left, I think, is Arrowhead, which is at 75th Avenue and Bell Road. And I think the other one is over at, they took out Paradise Valley Mall. That's gone now. There's a little bit left of it, which they're going to end up taking out because Costco's there. So I don't know what they're going to do with Costco. Who knows? Only one would know. I couldn't even predict what. But I knew they're going to build another shopping mall there. That's going to be an open style shopping mall, such as like where Desert Ridge is. Desert Ridge is thriving. It's doing good. So they're going to do something like that. They're going to build condos, like luxury condos up at the top. And they're going to be $1 million. They start off at $1 million. $1 million condos a piece. $1 million. Imagine that. But then again, Phoenix is freaking expensive, man. It ain't the cheap place it once was. It used to be you could move here and you can't even RV around here anymore because they're strict. I found that out. Those older malls are toast. Paradise Valley gone. Yeah, it's gone. You're right. What else is there? The Phoenix area. I'm trying to think. There really isn't. You got rid of Metro. You got rid of the malls in Mesa on the far east end of town, and that's it. The days of shopping malls are over. At least in this town, at least in the Phoenix area. But I don't know what. But you can't RV anymore in a town such as this. You can't. I mean, I found that out. I got permission to camp at Walmart over in Paradise Valley, it's basically almost between Scottsdale and Phoenix, because the border wall between the two was a street called what was it called? Can't even think of the street now. Arizona Mills. I'm not sure if that's still working or up and running. I don't know. I'd have to check on that one because I'm not sure. Let's see, Davey, if your RV away running, where would you be? I don't know. I'm best in the park, but I'll tell you what. Quartzsite has some RV parks. That would be the better, but I did get a price. Their prices are about $400 a month, especially right now. But it's going to get hot there. But you need good working air conditioner, So you got to have that, and then you got to be able to run your AC. It's a bit too hot for like an RV like this, to have a running air conditioner. I just don't think it could stay cool enough in those kind of temperatures. That's why northern Arizona is the way to go. That's why I head up the hill and get out of Dodge here. But you're not going to get into let's say a RV park in Flagstaff. They're too expensive. They're over $1,000 a month. They don't work. They don't compute because the cost is just too much. But you could still go to Cracker Barrel, I guess. I think. I don't know. They might be getting strict too. I don't know. The ones down here, if you're there for more than a day, they're kicking you out. They don't want you around. They want you out. But yeah, it's kind of noisy where I'm at right here. But it quiets down at about 11 o'clock. It's pretty quiet. And after midnight, it's fine. So, but for now, till it starts warming up. You can run a fan, or you can still. I need to have somebody check the air conditioner and make sure my make sure the AC has been checked up on and worked on, and Freon added to it. And I think I could be low on Freon. I don't know when the last time I had Freon put in this thing, but it needs to be checked. So I got to find somebody that could do that. I think the only place to do that would be like right where I'm at in a park, because somebody could come in here and they can, look at it and clean it all up and, make sure that Freon gets put in it. And I still like the idea of putting a air conditioner in a window with a window unit and having one installed like that, because they don't have the startup power that you need, such as this one up on the roof. Be nice to be able to take the one up on the roof off and add another solar panel up there, and then put a window unit into the window and kind of leaving it on an angle and doing that. And then the plug-in comes inside, and all you got to do is plug it in, and then take your Sure Power and run it into the unit, and and make it work that way. So let's see, where are you at in fixing? I gotta wait for Chris to get here. Still waiting on him. So he's not that far from here. He lives about 5 miles from here, so 5 miles east of here. So he's on the border. He's like 3.5. What is he, about 3 miles from Scottsdale? He's at the Phoenix. Well, put it this way: he's right by PV Mall, which is no more. So there's just a little section of it. Then there's a Harkins Theater off of Bell Road and like 32nd Street, just a little bit east of where you can go watch movies and so forth. And then there's a Dollar Theater up off of Bell Road and the freeway. So. Yeah, sorry I haven't been on. I just, I haven't felt like, I just haven't felt like coming on, Sometimes you just get that, I think everybody that has a YouTube channel gets that way. I think they have a tendency to just want to take a break and stay off of YouTube for a little bit. And I got into watching some TV, which I haven't done in a while, so I did that, and watch some programs that I haven't seen in a while, cooking shows and stuff like that. So, but but as you can see, I'm hanging in there, still alive, at least for now, at least until God decides to pull the plug on me. And when He pulls that plug, then I won't be here no more. But for now, I'm here. So I'm here until he says otherwise. So may the good Lord keep me here another day. I can't ask him to keep me here an extra day because I don't know. None of us are guaranteed that extra day, you know. We've all found that out. You know, everybody, all of a sudden you wake up one morning and all of a sudden you heard some famous musician died, or, you know, some actor died, or yeah, I don't know who that was. I'm not going to worry about it. You know, but I got, at least I have a mailbox here so I can get some mail here. I'd like to order my for jump starting this vehicle, but and then it's got 2 USB ports, so the phone can actually stay powered up when it's fully charged. So it's another nice thing about it too. But the transmission, they say, is unstable due to a weak whatever. It's a possibility the Wi-Fi may have kicked off. I am hooked up to Wi-Fi here in the park. The park does have a Wi-Fi connection here, so see where you at. Let's see, what else are we talking about here? So anyway, we're here, we're back on. Thought I'd come in and kind of update you guys on what's going on here. RVs. Here's a red truck coming. There's some people driving in here looking for a place to rent it. You know, there's only 2 spots left in this whole park. They're all taken up. So there isn't. And then I think I had a cup of coffee today, which I did a video on the coffee maker, I should say. And I don't know. I don't think I updated you guys. Some of you guys came in a little bit later. But yeah, I make coffee. This thing is called the Stanley. And but anyway, this is called the Stanley. You fill it up with, basically you warm up hot water. So what you do, you warm the hot water up and you fill it to that line right there in the cup. And then but before you do that, you put your coffee. And me personally, I've got, what kind of coffee do I got? I've got Dunkin' Donuts coffee, which is pretty good. So, but anyway, I put 3 teaspoons of regular coffee that you make on a coffee maker into this, at the bottom of this, and then I just pour the hot water in here, and then I take this thing. This thing slides. You can see this, and then this pushes all the way down into the hot water and keeps all the coffee grinds from getting into your coffee. And then all you do with the hot water, you simply push this down like that, and then you mix your favorite ingredients into this, and you got yourself a nice cup of coffee. Your creamer, if you want, or any type of sugar that you may want. In my case, I use a sweetener substitute that I drip in here, like a few drops, and that's all I need. Just 3 drops of that into this, and I'm good. It's stevia is what I put in here. It's called stevia, but it's a better tasting stevia than the ones that you get in the package. It's the kind that's in like a little container, which I'm not really showing you right now, but most people probably don't use that type, but I do. And I put my favorite cream. You put whatever creamer, or you don't even have to put creamer, but that's all you do, man. You got yourself and it's insulated because you got your, and then to clean it out, you know, you could just dump a little bit of water in there and slosh it around, and then pour it out the window, or I just pour it out the window here, and that's how I do it. And cleans it right up. And then you take a nice clean, you know, thorough, like these washcloths that you use, you know, that you pull out, that you buy at the store, like Huggies or whatever they are, and 99.9, and you wipe it out, and that's it. You're good. You're ready to the next cup of coffee. Me, I'm just, you know, I'll probably won't have another cup of coffee for, probably I only have maybe 3 cups in probably a month, just because I don't want to overdo it. So, 82, right? Well, I don't know. It's going to be 70 something here. I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't even checked up on the weather, but probably be 70 something. So we got Janice Lala in here. We got Robert Fediconi. We got Jeffrey Lebowski. Let's see, we're back talking about the thermos. Yeah, because some reason why I talked about the thermos is because some people came in here that didn't know about it. So I just wanted to talk about. I like talking about this thing. So, but anyway, we're done talking about it. So I had my cup of coffee. We're good. It's an easy way to make coffee without a coffee maker. That's the best way, as far as I'm concerned. But Davey, you were hooked up. Use your sink and drain. Yeah, I'm not going to get kicked out of here. No, I'm good. It's just I need to get I got clothes in the sink in the back here, and I'm going to get those out and into I got one of those, laundry bags, that's got the whole little holes in there, like the specialized bag. So you could technically, with those type of bags, is you could put your laundry soap in with your clothes, and then tie it off, and just throw the whole thing right into the washer. Just use one of those big tumblers, they're a little bit more costly. Put it in there and let it wash. That's good. It'll clean properly, with all your clothes in there. You don't need all your clothes separated. You can just leave it in a bag. Then you put your bag in the dryer and let it dry, and then all you do is just grab that whole bag right out, and then bring it back into your RV. You got yourself all your clean clothes. You're good to go. But so that's the way to do it. I found some easier ways, to do a few things to make things a little bit more simpler than other words, one guy, when I was in Lake Havasu City, and I knew the guy, and he was a jerk because he wanted two plastic bags from me, and he used them to throw his trash in, and then he dumped his trash in right on the ground at Lake Havasu City, right out in the open. And I seen him pull up. I seen him do it, and then he denied that he did it after I watched him do it. And I said, "Hey, dude," I said, "I know what you did." He goes, "I didn't do that." And I said, "I filmed you, guy. You're right on YouTube. Why don't you play my playback, and you'll see yourself dumping your trash right there." So, doing that is just going to make it so nobody can come back here and camp. They could shut this BLM land right down because of you dumping your trash. Not just you, but other people that want to keep dumping their trash in places like this. So you blow it for the rest of me and anybody else that might want to come here and camp and want a place to camp for maybe a week. In that case, it's 14 days there. They could just say so long and just shut it down like they do so many other places. And then guess what? And then you blow it. Now you can't come back to Lake I think there's some other BLM spots. There's one, two. I think there's 2 other spots. I think there's 3 total in Lake Havasu City where you could camp. But and then you got Parker, Arizona. You got Earp, California. You can camp over there. I think you can camp on Shea Road off of 95. I think you could still do that, but I'm not sure on that. But don't. Let's see. Gary Seiler did that. Yeah, he did that. He did. See, I'm sorry I gave him those 2 plastic bags. I thought he was going to just put his clothes in there and then use them for his laundry. But no, he threw his trash. Because he don't want any trash in his RV at all. He don't want it laying around, period. So I said, I can't believe you, dude. I said, hey, if you want, I'll play you the video right now of you doing what you did. Do you want me to? He goes, no, I don't need. I'm leaving. I'm out of here. Of course you're out of here after you dump your trash. Now somebody else has to pick it up. Clean up after you. I'll tell you what. I'm sorry I gave you those 2 trash bags. I'm sorry I ever did that. Because now look what you did. What do you care? You don't want to, he didn't like that spot anyway. You know why? Because if you go, you got to dump your tank, and it costs you $15 to dump your tank. And in that same token, you could also fill your water up too, for the $15. But he didn't want to pay $15. He thought it was just too expensive. So he goes to a gas station that's got water. So he's paying whatever you get out for 35 cents. So you put 35 cents in, it gives you 5 minutes of water. I'm not even sure if it gives you that much. But turns out you get way less than what you get if you just paid the $15 for the damn dump and the water fill at right there at the lake, at the state park at Lake Havasu City. So, but I was there. I dumped my tank there, and I didn't fill my water up. I wish I could have, but I didn't have their hose wasn't long enough. I would have had to turn around the opposite direction because my water hookup is opposite of the driver's side is where the dump tank is, and then the opposite passenger side is where the water line that you fill up is on. So, in other words, all you have to do, then you have to just do your dump, and then you got to turn it around the opposite, and then put the hose into the thing, and then fill it up, and just sit it in there, turn it on until it runs out. When it runs out, then you got a full tank. That's all you got to do. Let's see what else we got here. So I really hope you're getting educated by this guy. Fiddle. I don't know. I don't know who he is. Are you in a facility? I'm in a RV park here in Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix of Arizona. Yeah, I'm paying $650 a month to be here. So, but anyway, I'm here for about a month and a half. So I've already paid for a month, and but they do have a laundromat in here. I got to find out where the laundromat is, because I got the one friend I got to have come over here and grab my laundry bag, dump it into washing machine, dry it, bring it back, and do that for me. So that takes some time. He was telling me, I could just dump it there because I don't have time to sit there and wait for it. You'd have to go get it. I said, how am I going to go get it? Okay? You need to bring it to me. You need to do something for me, right? That's what you're supposed to be doing. So, but anyway, I don't know. We'll see how that works out. So, anyway, what else could I say here? But anyway, I was gonna watch some TV too. You have a servant. I wish I had a servant to do laundry. I could do it myself if I could drive myself right in front of the place, and then I could just walk out, carry it, and and then carry it into the washing machine, and do that, or dump it out of the bag into the washing machine, because I might have to use a smaller size washing machine. If they got one of those big, huge ones where you could just put the whole bag in there and wash it that way, which is kind of like the way I'd like to do it. We got a new name for a sports team today. So, in case you guys want to know, the Washington football team's got a new name. They are now called the Commanders, in case you guys didn't know, for all you sports fans out there. So, the Commanders now have a new name. Now they could command themselves to a Super Bowl. The RV is not drivable because the computer's out of it. Can't even start it. So I'm waiting for Chris to get here. So we're going to put the computer back in it. He disconnected the foot pedals, all my hand controls. I'm going to ask him about that. I go, when you put those back, he had the thing going, sideways, which if I go to put on the gas, you can't put the gas all the way down on it. So you need to angle it up on the gas pedal, and then you got to tighten it down, hand tighten it, and then take a pair of pliers to it and crank it down a few turns and get it snug really good, because otherwise I'm going to have it like I was in Flagstaff. When the last person I did that, it came loose on me when I was up on the Interstate 40, coming into Flagstaff. When it winds around, I almost couldn't stop. I ended up luckily stopping. Hopefully, Luckily me, I was able to stop. I was at a Burger King parking lot on the east end of Flag, and luckily I didn't hit nobody. So, but anyway, it's important to always check that. So, which I did. I that's the first thing. But I can only stand up for so long. So, but I do know that one thing for sure: get a pair of pliers and crank those down. You know, because I know he's going to loosen them up again, and he can't do it by hand because I cranked them down too tight. So you got to use a pair of pliers. So when you put it back, you know, you got to use a pair of pliers again. That's the key. So you got to get into some situation where you can take care of your own needs 100%. You can't rely on others. Well, you know, the thing is, I could, if this rig was drivable, then I could drive to a 24-hour laundromat, you know, but, you know, I'm here, so I'm in this place. So this place has a laundromat. I just have to be able to go to this facility laundromat because it makes more sense, you know, because I'm right in here. But it'd be better if somebody could pick it up because I got my sewer line hooked up. I've got my electrical hooked up. So I'd have to unplug the electrical and then undo the sewer line so I could move with the RV. But like I said, right now I cannot do that until I get somebody to come in and assist with that. So, but anyway. But the way, when you situate yourself in a park like this, you could hook up a hose to the line coming in, but you want to put one of those pressurized gadgets in. And I used to have one, but, you know, somebody took it, obviously. It's amazing all the things that get taken from you when, you know, you buy all these things that you need for RVing, and then all of a sudden you realize, hey, I don't have these things, you know. So why can't you get to the laundry without driving? Because I can't walk with a walker and the laundry bag. That's why. Gotta remember, I'm paralyzed from ankles down. That's why I can't do that. But I could walk a little ways, but I can't walk, you know, all the way to the laundromat. Then I would be dragging the bag on the ground. I would put a hole in it, and I'd be missing half my clothes. So I can't be picking up the clothes, you know, every 5 feet or whatever. So yeah, you can't, you know, take a trash bag, which, you know, in my case, I could put the clothes from the cloth bag into a trash bag. And see, if I had a wheelchair, electric wheelchair that I could drive or ride with, then I could. Then I could put like a little wagon on the back of it, and I could put the clothes in the wagon, and then I could drag the electric wheelchair to the laundry. That would be ideal, and I do have one of those electric wheelchairs, but it's up north. It's up in northern Arizona, so I don't have access to it. It's got a charger, and it could charge off electricity or it could charge off of solar. One of two ways, maybe 3 ways. I don't know. If I can make a third way to charge it up, you know, you could take a solar generator. You could charge it off of that. You could charge it off of regular electricity, or you could plug it into your inverter off of out of your RV, or you can run it, like I said, just your basic old-fashioned electricity. You know. Can you tie the bag into one of the rods on the walker? That wouldn't work because it's too heavy. You know, unless I take, you know, like just a 4 pairs of shorts and 4 shirts and, you know, make it super lightweight, then I could, Janice, if I just make it lightweight. But if I want to wash all my stuff at one time, so I have multiple days, you know, you don't want to make it so that, you know, you have to keep going back and forth to the laundromat. You want to make it so that you got enough to last you a couple months before you have to go back. You got to utilize, you know, that way you don't end up, you know, putting yourself in a bad situation that you can't work your way out of. So a backpack would be a way to do it, as long as you could just put maybe 5 shorts, maybe 5 shirts, maybe a couple pairs of socks or something, you know. My case, every time I go back to the doctor for my foot, they give me a new pair of socks. We throw the old ones away. But, you know, eventually, and I mean eventually, maybe within the next month, I'm kind of hoping my wound closes up and I won't have any drainage, you know, and then my socks are going to last, you know what I'm saying? But that's, you know, we got to just iron out everything. I just got to let everything kind of heal up naturally. It's healing up. I mean, I always ask every week, I mean, is it closing up? And it closes up a little bit each time, you know. It was basically the hole was the size of a quarter. It used to be about like this. It used to be like it used to be like 2 inches in diameter. If I showed you the pictures, you wouldn't believe it. You'd just say, "Oh my God, that's bad." You know, and the way you heal that up is just I gotta keep up on the sugar, keep my sugar level where it needs to be, and then you know, and then eventually get my A1C down too, which is, I'm sure it is, because I'm keeping my sugar levels down. You don't want to lose I don't want to lose my balance either, you know. Because I don't have much balance. When you have drop foot, you lose your balance big time. I think the backpack idea it's a good idea, but it's probably the only idea. But I can't walk that far. I know that. Hold on, who's this? I'm not gonna get that, of course. A lot of times when I get these calls, it dumps my broadcast. I'm lucky it's not doing that right now. That's it. But like I said, I wouldn't do the backpack idea because I can't walk that far with the walker, and I'd wear the walker out too. The pads on the back, because of the pavement, I would just wear the heck out of them. So yeah, I don't want to make it so I wear the walker out, but. The idea is just to get this thing drivable, hopefully, and get the computer is the big problem with this thing. We found that out. So Chris thought that was a problem because he couldn't pull up codes on it. So can't pull up codes. That's an issue. So once we get the computer working, then we can pull the codes up and we'll know what's going on with it. You know, what kind of codes. What's causing what and how and where, you know, and we take it from there. See, so the real problem is you're too far. Yeah, too far for the laundry. The laundry mat is all the way on the other side of the complex. So, yeah, you know, unfortunately, you got to take what you can get. In this case, I took this spot because there was only 3 spots in the whole place that were available, and I took one of 3. So they gave me the best spot of the 3. Now there's 2 more spots left. So, and that's all that's left in this place. So, but it's noisy. We're in this little corner. They told me it was. Beggars can't be choosers sometimes. You just got to take what you can get when you can get it, you know. So here we are. Let's see. Can you ask if there is an opening that you could... yeah, you know, right now they're just, you know, in the wintertime, you're not going to find an opening. You know, people just, most of these parks are flat out booked. They're just booked. You can't, let's see, have someone take you over to Salvation Army and get a rolling walker. They just, I have one, but like I said, it got put up northern Arizona. With the four rolling wheels, and it's got a little seat, you know, so you can actually sit down and give yourself a sitting break, you know. And it's got brakes on it, you know. It's just it got dirty. It just needs to be washed up, cleaned up. Those things are about what, $150, $200. But I got that, and I got this other walker with me, and this one cost me $108 for this one. But I do want to get a mobility cart scooter with 4 wheels, and I want to have it so that it can hook up to this RV, so that, you know, whenever I go to a place, you know, it would be great for like doing laundry, going to the grocery store. My life would open up. I mean, just think, if I want to go to a movie theater, just be able to roll the thing down, and just you know, like an open like a trailer, like a small trailer that you could put your mobility scooter in, and then that way you climb yourself up in there, get in it, and back yourself out. You know, you have a little ramp, and then you have a little tiny ramp that gets yourself back up in the, but you got, you know, like I said, it's not going to be easy to get the thing in and out. Maybe an open one would work better, but then again, I wouldn't be able to back it up into a place like I'm in right now. You need a drive-through spot, and then you could, but without a drive-through spot, you just couldn't do it. But you know, like if you could mount the thing and put a mount on the front of the RV, that would be the better way to do it. If you can get get the thing on the front, then you know, then you just. But then again, you know, too bad you can't put it on the side, because I got my safety rails on the driver's side, so I can grab those, and I could walk myself to the back. I could walk myself to the front too, but I don't have safety rails to grab onto, so I just have to be very extra careful. That's all. It's rock area right here. They got pebble rocks, kind of like the idea I have for, you know, northern Arizona. I want to put pebble rocks and make a driveway, a garage, and put 4 walls up and leave the roof open. Just leave it open, and then and then what you do is you pour bags of concrete mix. You get yourself maybe 8 bags, and then just pour the powder stuff right over the top of and then you just water it down, and then the concrete seeps into the little rocks, the pebble rocks, and it makes a nice little base for you to pull up in, and it's kind of like you're pouring a concrete you know, cement area like a regular driveway, but you got pebble rocks all filled up instead, and then you pour your bags in there, and then you put the water over the top of it, brush it off with, you know, let it kind of situate. Then you take a broom, and then you kind of broom it off or down. You know, I'd have to get some help with that, obviously. So, but that's another option. You know, for the driveway, put up walls, put up the roofing that's real slippery, and run it all the way around the bottom part, or you know, for like up 6 feet up around the parking area, and then make yourself a chain link fence, and you put the material, the same roofing material, mount it to that, and then you put your wheels so you can roll it back and forth when you need to pull back in. And then when you're in, you make a door off to the side so you can get yourself out, you know. And then because that way you want to make it so you could seal the garage part in after you roll it, so mice and pack rats can't get in, and then they can't get into your vehicle because they can't climb up. Then you can make a little electrical thing around it that shocks them too if they try. Something else you could do. Do they have electric scooter like Sal drives in the campground he works in? I don't know. I need a 4-wheel drive like scooter, electric scooter. I do have a 2-wheel one that's at the property, but I never tried to drive it in the dirt. I don't think it'd work very well unless you put some knobby off-road tires on it, and it's only got 2, so you need, if you could get a 4-wheel one, which would be great. It'll get me anywhere really, but the one I have up at the property would work for like going around like the city. You know, it'd work great on sidewalk or pavement. I don't think it'd work so well in dirt, but that's an option. That's a technical term. Pebble rock. I mean, when I come out, I'll do a video. I'll show you the pebble rock out here at the park. And it's. I told my friend, I go, this is what we need up at. I need for you to be able to be up at the place for a month to do some projects for me. First of all, build the garage part of it and we get the pebble rocks, and you shovel the rock into in other words, stake it out with 2x6 all the way around. This thing is basically 22 feet long, basically. With the rack on the back, it's probably, about 22 and a half. So you make it 20, I would say you make a 30 foot. So you go 30 feet by 30 feet by, 30 feet times 4. And stake it in, 2x6. Put the stakes in. Then run your pebble rock. Put your pebble rock in there. And then run your bags of mortar or concrete. And then pour that in. And you know how rocks and concrete, it really stabilizes pretty good. So then you get like maybe, 8 bags of concrete mortar and spread it around all through the rock, throughout the 30 feet, whatever. You just got to figure out what you need for 30 feet. Maybe a quarter of that. And then do that, and then pour your water and run your water with the hose and hose it in, and then brush it in with the broom, a push broom, and then let it dry, let it sit, let it set up, give it 24 hours, 2 days, and then hose it off again. Give it a hose down every what. You don't need that much, just enough to keep, just enough to get it situated. So, that'd be the idea. God, I tell you what, if I could walk, my God, I'd have all this. I would have had this stuff done the first month I was there. Would have had it all done. It's a shame. It's a shame I got friends that can't help, It's a shame. And they don't know, the ones I know, they don't know how to do anything. It's like where's their brain, man? What did they learn? What did they learn in school, When I went to school, man, I learned, man. I didn't forget what I learned, I retained it. It's like, whatever, when I worked in a plastic injection molding place, I retained everything. And I just kept getting better at it. I figured out I'd do a setup, when I had to set up, when the boss said, okay, the owner would come in, because I dealt with the owner. He goes, well, how are we going to set up for the parts? I said, well, I'll set up a table this way. There's only so many ways you can set up a table, right? It's not that hard to figure out. And I go, we just need a clean table right here, right next to the press machine. So, and then a chair, if need be, but a lot of times they wouldn't, I had to stand up. So I had to reach in. You can't obviously sit down and grab. You could if the parts were dropping down in a chute. But otherwise, you just had to stand up. And sometimes you just had to physically grab the parts from the parting line out of the mold when it opened up, which is kind of dangerous, but it's what we had to do. You just hope you never smashed your freaking hand in there, that's all. Have you organized your entire RV? Yeah, the RV, I've already gone through the whole thing. Yeah, I've already, except for probably the bathroom area, I didn't... I got clothes in there in plastic bags, and all that stuff has to come out. The stuff in here, the main area has to come out, which is these totes here. I can show you here. These totes will come out. This is a sleeping bag that's 35 below zero. It goes all the way from the edge all the way back. That's taken up. Look how much room it takes up. Then it's just, all I have is a sleeping bag over here, and that's it. You take the sleeping bag, take these 2 sleeping bags out of here, you get these totes out of here, there's 2 of them, and that's it. It's all gone. And then you take these bins in the back here, I got to go through these yet, which I kind of did a little bit, and then I take them out. And it's that simple. And not hard. But I made it a lot easier compared to what it would have been. But everything's been moved out and gone through. Stuff's been, whatever I found that had to be thrown away, I threw it away. I went through it. The bags I did have, I marked the bags, what was in the bags. I got up above the sleeper. All that stuff could come out except for a few things. Like there's like a big tote up there that needs to be out of there. There's a camera bag up there, camera gears up there. Maybe, possibly, potentially, there could be a tripod up there. I don't know. I think somebody probably stole that. I've had people come in here since, and they grab all that stuff and they take it. I'm even missing coffee out of here. I had 4 bags of Dunkin' Donut coffee, and it's gone. I've only got 1 left. For some reason, I had 1 buried and in there in the cupboard, and it's the one I found. The other ones are gone. They were up in the cupboard. They were right there. They're gone. Extension cords gone, missing, gone. The 30 amp cord that I had, an extra one, is gone. The 110 to 3-prong or 30 amp is gone that I bought. I bought 2 of those. They're gone. That cord is $100 to buy if you go to Walmart. The 30 amp cord, the extra thick one, stolen. It's gone. I looked in the bin where I got the one that's attached to this rig and plugs into the Sure Power in this place. That's there, but the other stuff is simply gone. So, but yeah, I just noticed. I mean, the most expensive things that were in here that I bought are missing, or they're just gone. So I mean, somebody, took them, and helped themselves to this rig when I was in the hospital. It's a bummer. How many times I go to the hospital, it's just how many times somebody could get into this thing and take whatever they wanted out of it. So that's great. You have more space to. Yeah, I'm on the comfortable couch. I've got I'll tell you what I got here. I'll show you it. A lot of people wouldn't know. Let me just kind of show you, because it's magnetized. It's for your health. This right here is a magnetized. It's a magnetized mattress. But yeah, and it's comfortable. It's magnetized. It's supposed to help you with your health and so forth. I got this here, so that works. And then the rest of it kind of leans up against here. I kind of have to fold it up in. And this is my insulated jacket, and I put this over the pillow, the blanket. So I put my hand on that, and then I got my Wave 3 heater there. The stuff back in the bathroom. Refrigerator back here. And anyway, it's just, there's not that much better. It goes up to about right there with the clothes, I'd say. But you get the clothes out of there, you get the clothes out of the closet back here, and you're good to go. I do have a 20-pound propane tank that's full back there. And I just filled the propane up here just yesterday. Let me get back to me. Let's see, every time in RV groups they ask, what would you like to see in our park? I say laundry service. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the laundry service is like here because I've never used it. I'm gonna call. Yeah, there's a map here, I guess. I don't know. Let me take a look. I don't know where the paper went. I'm trying to grab it. Actually, I can't even grab it here. Let's see. Palm. Let's see, rent raffle. There's just a whole bunch of stuff about this park, I think. Community caring, community bulletin board, items for sale, motion sensor lights, people that do yard work, home repair, home heaters, all kinds of stuff in this thing here. I'm trying to read what it says. There's potlucks in here, actually. Potluck, breakfast, and breakfast in the park. March potluck is going to be delicious. St. Patrick's Day meal will be corned beef, cabbage, yeah, termite, all kinds of stuff in here. Rockin' the New Year's with Elvis. Let's see. What else? There's games. I'm trying to think. There's karaoke. Karaoke in the clubhouse. The first and the third. First and third of every Friday, actually. I didn't know that. They got billiards, block watch, men, women's clubs, Mexican train. Let me see what I see here. Bingo. Thursday, 6 p.m. Potluck contact. There's a potluck type of thing for food. Let's see. Texas Hold'em. Cards. Men's board games. And it's got men's soccer. I obviously can't do that. Billiards, I can't do that. Let's see. Pool exercise. They got a pool in here too. Swimming pool. So yeah, it's there's a few things in here actually. I gotta look into the laundromat type thing because I'm not sure about. Let's see. Manufacturing. Let's see, adjacent structures if needed, $3,000. Manufacturer home additions, 55 grand, 85, 105, 125. Let's see, premium per year. Let's see, RV pad, auto, RV ATV available. Is above illustration on rules for. Let's see, 55. This is a 55 and older park. Rates may, let's see, I'm trying to read in here, premiums, newer homes. Could probably look into, I don't know. So, see, he just got a significant raise with social. Well, I didn't get, what did they give us? Social Security, I think the most raise they gave us was like $20 a month. I think that's all we got. 20, maybe $30 at the most. I think I gotta look into that. He gets like 20. Yeah, it's about 20. It's about $20. It ain't much. I thought it was gonna be more than that, but evidently the larger amount got shot down by the Republicans. The Republicans shot that down, so that's why we just got our normal raise, what you get anyway, right, per year or whatever it is. And, so it's a bum deal. But, so that's what happened, Republicans shot it down. That's just the way it works. So, Republicans and Democrats tried to get more, but we got less. So, but we got at least $20, right? $20, what will $20 get you? The $20 we probably got, the inflation probably took that. And more. So scroll up. Let me look in there. Let me see. Let's see. Davey, I work remote full time Wednesday. If I can camp it. And let's see. Let me read here. He has no money to pay anyone. He's on a fixed. Let's see, I work remote Wednesday through Sunday if I can camp it. How much is the pay to help manage the property? Giving you free rent, see, everybody wants, free rent or, they want free everything. But today's day and age, you get nothing for free. So I need help, because I'm not getting a lot of extra money for nothing, not Social Security, not anything. I'm not even going to get paid from the person that's even going to supposedly help on the property. I'm not going to get any help. I might get some help, but it's not helping me now. No, let's see. I'm trying to read here. Claim non-citizen Dems give them. Let's see. No ex-wives, no kids, no pets, and he refuses. I'm just trying to see. I'm trying to read what people wrote in here. It's kind of hard to. Let's see, but yeah, if you camped in like the spot, I need a little bit of help, with I'm not saying I'm going to kill you rent wise. I'm talking. What does a normal person pay? Like here, I pay what, $60 something a day to be here. So, but I have full hookups. So, but if I'm paying, let's say somebody comes on the whatever, some kind of property or whatever, then I would say $32 a day would be fair. So I'd have to add up 32. Was it 30? Was it 30, 60, 90? I would say like, $300 a month, would be a good price to camp on the RV Davy property. That way I have some little extra money so I can help with, trying to put some solar. See, if I had some rent money, then I can, we could hook up some solar, make solar spots, so we could get maybe, 3-4 campers, maybe 6 campers with, maybe 400 watts of solar with some inverters, there, so they can plug into the inverters and have some solar in case they don't have it on their rigs already. So if I pay you to work on I'd pay you to work on the. Well, no, you just be paying me just a little rent money, and so that you do that, so. But to do work, I mean, if you're gonna fix on the property, then I would, and you're doing work and trimming some trees, but you get a lot of people say they're gonna do that and then they don't do it. That's the thing. That what they say they're gonna do, they don't end up doing, is what I'm trying to say. They'll tell you, they'll sing you, they'll sing you a song and dance. Just like somebody will park their trailer on the property and then they want free rent. They want free everything, but they're not helping out enough with me physically to make the difference, is what I'm trying to say. If they, so anyway, like, okay, like doing my laundry. I need somebody to come in here and help me with the laundry, help, get me some food supplies in here, on a regular basis, not like once every 6 months, But then, somebody that I know doesn't, they can't do that because they work 7 days a week, So where's all their money going? They say that they're broke every month. They can't be broke. They can't be broke, when their rent's only like $500 a month and they're getting paid $20 an hour. If they're getting paid $15 an hour, they're getting gypped because everybody else out there is getting, to flip a burger now? You work a job anywhere, you're getting paid $25 an hour these days. And it's still, with being paid $25 an hour, you can't find somebody that'll work for that. Isn't that funny? You'd have somebody come in and do a song and a dance to be able to get paid that kind of money, but now they don't even want to work. So I don't know. What do I say? They got people yelling at the Quick Trip over next to me. Being right next to a Quick Trip is the worst thing. That I'm telling you, Quick Trip's just nothing but trouble. You get all these homeless people around here, and they're screaming, they're yelling. You got constant cops. I heard cops this morning just in the parking lot right here next to Quick Trip, and so they come and they get on these homeless people because they're not supposed to be camping out, and they certainly clear them out. You should have a sign: hire an attendant for the month. You should qualify for this, for the state to pay for it. Hire attendant for the. I need a person to stay on the property to watch it. That's what I need. Stay on the, because I don't have that right now, and I don't have no way of keeping up on anything. I don't even have a key to get into the shipping container. And if I had a key, I can honestly, I could get a friend we could rent a truck, whether it's U-Haul or Penske or whatever, and fill up and empty my my storage, which is right up the street from here, actually. And we empty it out, and then that saves me $100 a month, right there. But I can't do that. I can't even save $100 because I can't get a key made. So I need this person that's got the keys or the locks to make me a set of keys. So I have a set of keys on hand, not laying around on the property, not laying underneath a rock, on my own key ring. So I have my own keys. How hard is that to do? Can't be that hard. And the person watches the videos, so they should know. So I want a set of keys on my set of key ring, or make a whole keys on its own key ring, and then I can attach that key ring to my keys. And all you gotta do is drop it off, leave it inside the vehicle. That person has a key to get in here, so they could easily place the key on a seat, right on the driver's seat. I'll see it. I could attach those keys. There we go. So I'm giving the person a hint. That's what you do. They drive through here all the time because they got to go home up on the freeway. The freeway is right next to here. There's no reason why they can't do that. But they make it so hard on themselves why they can't do it. See, everybody likes to make excuses why they can't do something. Why I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. You know, and I'm like, what do I have to do? I can't do a lot of things that I have to do, right? So why can't they do it? That's what I'm trying to say. That's all I am saying. I'm just trying to make it clear to the person to make me a set of keys to get me into the shipping container. Make me a set of keys to get me in to the... I mean, I got the keys to get into the storage, but I need the keys to get into the shipping container. And a key to get into the fifth wheel. I need a key for the fifth wheel and the shipping container. 2 keys. Make me 2 sets of keys. Put them on a key ring. I mean a nice key ring. You know, you could buy a key ring about this big around at Walmart for probably $1.50, maybe $2 at the most. Put those keys on that ring, and then I could attach that big ring to my set of keys, and then I have it. So then I could get my friend down here to ride with me in a U-Haul. When we drive up, we empty it out, the container here, and then we take it up there, and then we come back down. We do that. It's either that or we drop the U-Haul up there, and we rent a vehicle, you know, an extra vehicle or car or something for a couple days, and we drive the car for one day, or pickup truck, whatever, and we drive the pickup truck back, and then we have ourselves a vehicle. We drop the U-Haul, we drive the vehicle back here, which gets us back here. Now my storage unit down here is empty. Everything's up at the shipping container. We're good. And then I got my set of keys. We're good. That's all. And that's... how hard is that? How hard is that? Can't be that hard, right? Who are you paying for this stuff right now, or are you expecting to be done for free? You know, if you're going to camp at the you know, whatever on the property, then I expect you to do one of 2 things. Either you pay or you do some work on the property. But you got to be trimming trees all the time if you're not going to be paying anything on the property. That's all. So what's hard with that? You know, it costs anybody anywhere. You cannot park your rig for free anywhere. You tell me where you could do it. I want to know. Tell me, any of you, if you guys know, tell me. I want to know where you could park for free and not get harassed by cops or otherwise. I mean, if you're going to park and camp on the property, you know, you gotta pay daily or do some work and then not pay anything. What would be the better way to do it? So, I mean, what do you tell me? You guys expect everything for free? Do you guys get to live for free where you guys are at? You guys get free rent? You guys get free food? Do you get free everything? Does life come at you for free? So, everybody here doesn't have to pay anything for anything, right? So, you're just living for free. You go to Subway, you go to a restaurant, you get all that for free, right? So, you just order yourself whatever you want to eat, and it's all for free, right? I guess. That's what you guys are telling me. Lots of free camping. Yeah, if you drive to the spots, but not in Phoenix. In the city of Phoenix, you won't find a free camp spot. Nowhere. Believe me, I was just at Cracker Barrel. It was not free. You get to stay there one night for free. That's it. One night. After that, you got to go. Believe me, I talked to the management there. I know. That's Cracker Barrel. That's the only place in Phoenix I know you could park for free. There's no other place. Believe me, I was at Walmart. I got kicked out of there in 3 days. But I would have been kicked out sooner. Not at Walmart. I didn't stay there for 3 weeks. No. I was at Cracker Barrel because I was broke down there. But they want you out of there. Call the Deer Valley location and ask how long you could stay there for free and see what they tell you. They'll tell you could stay there for one night for free. That's it. And then you got to go somewhere else. Try it. But then there is no other places to go. You got to drive out of town by 40 miles. Then you could go to Bartlett Lake. Even there you got to pay something, but you go to Seven Springs, you could camp there. If you go past Seven Springs campground, you could camp there for 14 days. So I'm saying they'll let you stay some of these other places for 14 days, and that's it. After that, you got to go, and you got to at least go 25 miles away, and then come back and go. You got to go back and forth. That's what the Rangers require you to do. I'm just telling you what I know and what I've heard. Since you call, okay, I'll give you an idea. Call Cave Creek Ranger District and see what they tell you. They'll tell you there's some free spots, yeah. But yeah, free spots mean for 14 days. They don't mean camp forever. But they don't want you throwing your trash, But you don't have water, you don't have this, you don't have that. There's a lot of things you don't get with that, just what I'm trying to say. So you were talking about I mean, if you're camping on my camp in my spot, I expect you to. If you're not paying me, daily, rent, then I expect for you to do some work on the property. Yeah, of course. But people don't want to do that. I mean, I know somebody said they're going to chop the trees and take the rocks out, and they haven't done it. But they're camping. They're camping on the property, and they're not doing anything. They're saying they're doing a lot, but what are they doing? What are they doing? They tell me, okay, I could park my camper for $75 a month. Where is this place for $75 a month? I want to call them because I want to find out where this $75 is, because I would gladly park this rig if I wanted to go somewhere, but I can't find nothing for $75. I might find it for $150 to $200. Yeah, maybe. But will you really, Davey? Let me call Cracker Barrel with you on streams to ask if I could stay. You could stay at Cracker Barrel for one night for free. That's it. Joni Portwood, you're coming in here, people want to mooch. I mean, you find moochers every single day. They come a dime a dozen. They want everything for free. They say, I got people telling me they could eat at Cracker Barrel for free every day. Tell me. Because I certainly didn't find that. If I ate at Cracker Barrel, they gave me a bill. And I had to pay for it before I left. In other words, I get arrested for stealing food. So I lived in northern Arizona and paid people to clear my land, and they camped for free. I mean, if somebody will come in and clear my trees, move a few rocks, I don't care if they camp. They can camp for free as long as they do that work. As long as they clear trees and work on my road. You know, I got a road that comes in. I want that road, you know, cleared and worked. I need an area leveled out so I can make a driveway so I can pull in and be level with, you know, we're talking 2x6s. In other words, you stake out a 30 by 30 with 2x6s and then put the pebble rock. In other words, put the pebble rock in there, level it out so that it's level even with the 2x6s, and it's all level. You run a string across each section and it comes out level. That's what I'm looking for, you know. I get my SSDI every month. 600 is what I... 600, you know, see, me, I made a lot of money, you know, when I worked. You know, I worked for what, 35 years is what I worked. When I did work, I worked 35 years in plastic injection molding. And I made on average between, you know, what was it? I'm trying to figure out what I made. I made a lot of money. I made a lot of overtime too. I worked at least 12-hour shifts. But yeah, I was paid a good chunk of money. I'd say I averaged about $30 to $40 an hour. And then they took the earnings. When I got Social Security disability, they calculated a certain time frame and averaged it out, and that's what I got for my monthly. So my monthly is a lot more than, it's 3 times what a lot of people get, you know, what I hear they're getting. So it's just the way it turned out. You know, it's just because I worked a high-tech job. I had a lot of knowledge when I worked. I brought a lot of experience that I had. And the owner knew that. You know, they knew where I worked. They knew that I worked at Scottsdale. You know, I worked in Scottsdale at the what was it called? I'm trying to think. The biggest molding shop in Scottsdale, basically Scottsdale Air Park. I can't think of the name because it changed names. But I worked there for what, 15 years, whatever it was, and I worked. Then I worked in Gilbert, Arizona, for another 5 before I got laid off, and because of my disability. Went to my doctors, figured out what was wrong with me medically, and that's just how it worked out. So here we are. Hired a local. I hired a local with equipment, backhoe grader, $100 to make my drive. And yes, a smack dab on the middle of the forest. See, you know what? You call anybody, let's say you call in Flagstaff, Williams, Arizona. They'll laugh at you for $100. They'll laugh at you. They will. You won't get. Matter of fact, they told me it cost $30,000 to make the driveway, into my property. It would be $30,000 minimum, $30,000 to $40,000. Not joking. You call anybody. Tell me you're gonna find somebody for $100 to do all that work. Make that road for $100. I'd do jumping jacks if I could get that. Haven't done a live stream in 4 days. Was worried. Like Camel Dave. Camel Dave? What about Camel Dave? I understand he's still alive. That's what people are saying. Is that true? I haven't checked into it. I just heard that he's alive and well. So is Camel Dave alive? You guys got to tell me this. Let's see. Make sure you hobble Jeffrey so he can get away. Ask your neighbors. But yeah, somebody, I was told at least 30,000 to make a driveway into my property, and that's going, that's going like 650 feet. Actually, 600 to be precise, about 700. Well, 658, 659, so it's about 660 feet a drive they charge, or a quarter mile for a quarter mile of driveway. That's just to grade it And to lay some rock on it, they charge $35,000 to $40,000 for that. And I called everybody, and that's just what I called the cheapest guy I could find, and that's what he charged. Yeah, I couldn't find a Mexican. I did find a Mexican. He charged 35 grand, Joni. 35 grand. I'm not kidding you. Well, so there's Camo Dave. I told you he's alive. I told you he was Humana. Hold on, I gotta get that up, you guys. I'm gonna drop the broadcast here. I'm about to come back on.